What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and we've got some news coming out of Detroit. I'm sure you guys have heard a little bit about it. Dylan Larkin has signed a 5-year deal with the Detroit Red Wings. Now, we knew that with Larkin being an RFA, there were some talks that there was a contract being discussed, and now it's been reported, obviously, that the 5-year deal was what they were discussing. Good for Dylan Larkin. I know he's basically the piece that the Red Wings have been trying to build around. They're trying to get some young forwards around him. They are pretty tight to the cap, so they are going to have to use the LTIR this year with Franzen and stuff like that. So they're definitely going to be having to make some moves with their cap. Them being so close to the cap kind of makes me frustrated. Just as a fan of hockey, I'm like, damn, like if they had more cap space, I mean, putting some better players around Larkin could probably boost his numbers up. But the fact that, they've kind of put themselves in a little bit of trouble. They're trying to bring more young guys in. Regardless, we can talk about the Red Wings in detail later on. But this 5-year deal, I'm just going to read you guys a tweet from Cap Friendly here. It actually includes a full no-trade clause in the 5th year of the contract. It has a $1 million signing bonus for the 18-19 season. So he's getting paid $6.1 million annually. Sorry, I'm still kind of not awake this morning, even though it's basically the afternoon. Been trying to put together some videos for you guys, but $6.1 million annually. I actually thought it might have been a little more. I know the cap went up, but judging how the Red Wings probably realized that, hey, listen, this guy is our big fish. We want to make sure that we get him locked up. He's 22. Get him for 5 years. He had a career high in points last season. I think that Detroit was willing to just, give the money that they felt was, more towards what he should be getting. And I think that Larkin, obviously, it looks like he was probably around the same page. I thought it could be upwards towards the 6.4, 6.5. I know that's not a huge difference, but when you look at a cap situation, that money, that extra $300,000 or $400,000 could really make or break a salary cap, like getting to the ceiling or overspending, right? So with the Red Wings now being over the cap, they're going to be using the LTIR for sure, because I'm almost positive they're over at this point. I thought they only had like $3 million in cap space, but of course with contracts going on there, and they'll probably make another move. I'm sure they will. They're going to have to be honest. But obviously there's some details in this contract that you can find on like Cap Friendly and stuff like that, and how it fluctuates throughout the years. I think Craig Custance put out a really good tweet where it broke down how the salary goes because of a lockout probably coming in within the next couple of years, which really sucks. But some of the players who have signed, of course, have like lockout-proof contracts where they're still getting paid, a decent chunk of money. So that's also a part of this contract, kind of, if you look at the breakdown. But the cap hit, again, we'll just go back to it, $6.1 million annually for Larkin. And like I mentioned, too, him getting paid that, I think, is kind of fair. I think, him having his career high, I believe, was 63 points last season, being 22 years old. I think that they view him at, boosting up his points next season. I, really expect him to at least break 20 goals next season. I think that Detroit will be a little better next year. I can't say they'll be, crazy good, because they won't. They're not a playoff team, but they will be a little better next season. I hope that helps boost his numbers, because Detroit has always had a storied franchise. They've always been, one of the better teams in the NHL. Well, not always, but for the longest time, they had crazy teams, playoff teams that did really well. And as much as, I am a Leafs fan, I like seeing awesome competition and seeing how the Leafs are a good team now. It's fun to watch games against, Detroit and Buffalo and all these things where all the teams are all good, because, you see them quite a bit more so with Buffalo. But I think Detroit is going to have to really use Larkin, of course, and some of the young guys they've already brought in with draft picks and stuff like that. This is a good start. I think that this contract could become a steal if he does boost his points up, which I do expect, and I think a lot of people do. If he goes back to having an average season like he had the season before this past season, where he's not even breaking 40 points, then I mean, it's not going to look too great. So he's going to have to really come out this year, prove that he's worth this contract. This kind of sets the bar for a guy like William Nylander as well. He's obviously going to get paid quite a bit more than this because he's had 2 really good seasons where he's put up like 60 plus points. So I think that now we definitely know that Nylander's at least in the 6.5 ballpark. Because of the cap going up, that could mean that he gets paid even more, but we'll have to see. For now, Larkin signs for 5 years with the Detroit Red Wings, and after that he will be a UFA. So we'll have to see where Detroit is and where he is at that point, and of course that's far down the line, but good for Larkin and good for the Red Wings for getting him locked up. What do you guys think about the contract? If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the new subs as well. T-shirt links are down below if you want to grab one. Also, if you want to save $20 off your next purchase at SeatGeek, use code APH in all caps. SeatGeek obviously has a bunch of tickets for like concerts and sporting events and all that stuff like that. People have already used the code, so thank you very much if you have used the code. Definitely helps me to put more money back into the channel. I'm not getting paid like a huge amount here, but you know, I am able to put some money back into the channel, but it does really help you save. SeatGeek shows you where the best seats are in the venue and stuff like that, and make sure that you're getting the right seats, verified seats, to make sure you enjoy wherever you're going, and you get $20 off your first purchase with my code APH, all caps, so make sure you use that. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.